name's Sydnie Christmas.
Is it?
Sydnie
That's an unbelievable name. I love that.
It's terrible, isn't it?
It's not.
My middle name's worse.
What is it?
Mary.
Sydnie Christmas was born in a small English town where the seeds of her passion for performing were planted early on. From the very beginning, Sydnie wasn't just another kid. She was a natural-born performer. Whether it was organizing small plays or singing for her family, she had an undeniable spark that could captivate anyone in the room. These early performances weren't just childhood activities. They were her first steps toward something bigger. As a young girl, Sydnie's dreams were as big as the stages she imagined herself on. She would often daydream about standing before massive crowds, the lights shining down as she sang her heart out. But it wasn't all just fantasy. This was the early foundation of a journey that would take her much further than she could have ever imagined. Her passion for the arts led her to the DNB Academy of Performing Arts in London, where she would begin to turn those dreams into reality. The Academy provided her with the training and discipline needed to sharpen her craft, and it set the stage for what was to come. But even as her dreams took shape, there was one thing she didn't know. The road to success would be long and full of challenges. Sydnie's journey into the professional world of entertainment kicked off in 2014 when she graduated from the DNB Academy. At just 18 years old, she was ready to take on the world. Her first major break came with a role in the West End production of Lazarus, a musical that would not only showcase her vocal talent, but also prove her presence on stage. It was a pivotal moment in her career, and the audience quickly took notice of her powerful voice and natural charisma. Despite the recognition, Sydnie's path wasn't without obstacles. As an emerging artist, she faced the intense pressure of competing in a world dominated by seasoned professionals. But this didn't deter her. In fact, it ignited a fire within her to prove that she belonged on those grand stages, that she could hold her own among the best. After Lazarus, Sydnie expanded her horizons even further, performing on Royal Caribbean International's cruise ships. Aboard the Independence of the Seas and Quantum of the Seas, she took on roles in beloved musicals like Grease and Starwater, performing for a global audience. These gigs didn't just allow her to travel the world, they honed her versatility, helping her adapt to different roles and musical styles. But even with this growing success, she remained grounded, always looking to improve, always striving for that next big break. With her debut on Lazarus behind her, Sydnie continued to build on her experience and skill by taking her talents across the globe. Her next big move? Performing on Royal Caribbean's luxury cruise ships, the Independence of the Seas and Quantum of the Seas. These ships weren't just her stage, they were a launching pad for her international exposure. On board, Sydnie took on iconic roles, most notably as Rizzo in Grease and the youngest muse in Starwater. These performances allowed her to work with an incredibly diverse audience, ranging from holidaymakers to seasoned theater enthusiasts. The variety of performances and cultures she encountered helped her grow as a performer, teaching her to adapt to different styles and audiences with ease. It wasn't just about singing or acting, it was about connecting with people from all over the world. And Sydnie did it effortlessly. While the gigs were exciting and rewarding, they weren't without challenges. Performing at sea for months at a time meant being away from home, and Sydnie often felt the pull of her deeper desires to perform on larger stages. But through it all, she thrived, proving that her dedication to her craft was unwavering. Sydnie's time aboard the cruise ships didn't just give her the chance to perform, it gave her the kind of exposure she needed to step onto even bigger stages in the future. Even as Sydnie's career began to gain momentum, the road to stardom wasn't always glamorous. For a period of time, despite her growing fame as a performer, she found herself balancing her passion for singing with a very different reality: a day job at a local gym. It's hard to imagine that the woman who would go on to win Britain's Got Talent in 2024 was once clocking in shifts at the gym. But Sydnie's ability to juggle a demanding job while staying true to her dream of becoming a world-class performer speaks volumes about her dedication. The gym wasn't just a paycheck for Sydnie. It was a reflection of her resilience. Despite the long hours and routine, she continued to work on her voice, perform when she could, and never lost sight of her goal. Sydnie's story was one of persistence, and it was clear that she was never willing to give up, even when the success she dreamed of seemed elusive. She worked tirelessly, showing up day after day, honing her craft while maintaining a grounded, humble attitude. The gym, while a practical necessity, also served as a reminder of where she started and the journey that still lay ahead. Sydnie's hard work began to pay off when she landed a role in the famous musical Starlight Express in 2019. Performing in Bamberg, Germany, she was given the challenging and rewarding opportunity to play multiple roles, including Carrie, Rocky III, Jewel, Wrench, and Coco. This was a turning point in her career, as she not only showcased her versatility, but also her ability to handle the pressure of juggling so many characters. The role of a swing performer in Starlight Express is no easy feat. It requires an exceptional range of talent, adaptability, and stamina. But Sydnie rose to the occasion, impressing both her peers and the audience with her dynamic performances. Her time in Starlight Express allowed her to refine her skills even further, preparing her for bigger opportunities down the line. By mid-2022, after more than 3 years with Starlight Express, Sydnie's reputation in the entertainment industry had solidified. But despite her accomplishments, she was ready for the next chapter, one that would push her further than she'd ever imagined. Her decision to leave the production marked the beginning of her next big leap. The stage was set for Britain's Got Talent. The decision to audition for Britain's Got Talent in 2024 was a defining moment in Sydnie's Christmas career. While her professional background in theater and cruise ship performances had already given her recognition, Sydnie saw BGT as the ultimate platform to reach a wider audience and showcase her talents on a massive stage. But the journey to the stage wasn't easy. Sydnie spent weeks preparing for her audition, meticulously selecting and refining her audition piece. Her goal was to strike the perfect balance between showcasing her powerful vocal abilities and captivating the audience with her stage presence. It wasn't just about hitting the right notes, it was about delivering an unforgettable performance that would leave a lasting impression. The day of the audition came, and Sydnie, though filled with nerves, channeled all her years of training and experience into an emotionally charged performance. As she stood before the esteemed judges, her voice filled the room with a sense of raw emotion. The moment she finished, the judges were left speechless, visibly moved by her talent and stage presence. Amanda Holden in particular was so impressed that she immediately hit the golden buzzer, sending Sydnie straight through to the semifinals. Sydnie's golden buzzer moment marked a major turning point in her career. It wasn't just a validation of her talent. It was the key that unlocked the door to a new chapter filled with limitless possibilities. Sydnie's time on Britain's Got Talent was nothing short of a roller coaster. Every round brought new challenges, fresh opportunities, and the constant pressure to outdo herself. As she advanced through the competition, Sydnie's performances were met with both excitement and intense scrutiny. But she handled it all with grace and poise. Her versatility as a performer was on full display throughout the competition. From soulful ballads that showcased the depth of her voice to high-energy numbers that had the audience on their feet, Sydnie gave it her all in every performance. Each round was a chance for her to refine her craft and prove to herself and the world that she had what it took to be a true star. Behind the scenes, Sydnie formed strong bonds with her fellow contestants. They shared the highs of getting through each round and the lows of waiting for the judges' verdicts. The competition wasn't just about singing, it was about the emotional journey they were all on together. Sydnie leaned on her newfound friends for support, and they in turn celebrated each other's victories. Despite the overwhelming public attention, there were moments of self-doubt. She knew the world was watching, and she felt the weight of it all. But Sydnie's commitment to excellence and her desire to stay true to herself kept her focused. Each performance wasn't just about winning, it was about proving to herself that she was worthy of the spotlight. As the finale of Britain's Got Talent approached, the anticipation surrounding Sydnie Christmas was at an all-time high. The stakes had never been higher, and Sydnie knew this was her moment to solidify her place in the hearts of millions. The final performance was her chance to leave a lasting legacy, not just on the show, but in the music industry as a whole. Sydnie poured every ounce of emotion into her final performance, delivering a breathtaking rendition that left both the judges and the audience in awe. It wasn't just a song, it was an embodiment of her entire journey. From the early struggles to the late-night rehearsals, every moment had led to this one pivotal point. She sang with a passion and intensity that showcased not only her vocal talent, but also the deep personal connection she had to the music. The response from the judges was overwhelmingly positive, but Sydnie's fate lay in the hands of the public vote. As the votes were tallied and the suspense built, Sydnie stood on the edge of her dreams. When the results were finally announced, the excitement in the room was palpable. Sydnie Christmas had done it. She was crowned the winner of Britain's Got Talent 2024. Her victory was monumental. Not only had she become the first solo female singer to win the competition, but she also made history as the first woman to take the crown without being part of a dog act. The victory was a triumph not just for Sydnie, but for every performer who had ever faced doubt and fought for their dreams. She had proven that with hard work, perseverance, and heart, anything was possible. Sydnie Christmas' win on Britain's Got Talent in 2024 was just the beginning of an exciting new chapter in her career. The moment the final results were announced, doors to new opportunities began to swing wide open. Her newfound fame allowed her to leverage the platform to launch a career that extended far beyond the BGT stage. Immediately after her win, Sydnie received numerous offers, from stage performances to recording contracts and media appearances. It was a whirlwind of excitement, and she dove in headfirst, embracing every new opportunity that came her way. But instead of rushing into the glitz and glamour of fame, Sydnie took a more thoughtful approach to her career, ensuring she was making decisions that aligned with her long-term vision. Her win didn't just open doors to immediate success, it allowed her to explore diverse avenues in the entertainment industry. With her natural stage presence, Sydnie was quickly sought after for live performances, album recordings, and even television appearances. The challenge now was to maintain this momentum and continue to push the boundaries of her potential. Sydnie understood that success wasn't just about the fame, it was about continuously growing as an artist and staying true to herself. Her fans were eagerly watching, and they were just as excited to see what she would do next. Sydnie's success on Britain's Got Talent was only the start of a much larger journey, one that promised even greater heights for the future. Amidst her rise to fame, Sydnie Christmas has found love in the arms of Massimiliano Rizzo, a fellow entertainment industry professional. Massimiliano, known for his work as an actor, singer, and guitarist, has been by Sydnie's side for over 2 years, offering unwavering support as she navigated the challenges of competing on Britain's Got Talent. Their relationship has blossomed behind the scenes, a steady source of strength and balance in Sydnie's whirlwind career. While Sydnie's journey on BGT was filled with public scrutiny, Massimiliano's presence was a grounding force. Though his support wasn't always front and center on the stage, moments captured on camera revealed his quiet yet powerful role in her success. From private, touching moments to a loving embrace after a performance, Massimiliano's support was invaluable in helping Sydnie stay focused on her goals. Their shared passion for the arts further strengthened their bond, both professionally and personally. The couple's relationship is a testament to Sydnie's ability to balance her career with meaningful personal connections. Their love story is not only an inspiring part of her journey, but also a reminder of the importance of having someone who believes in you, even when the world is watching. One of the key factors behind Sydnie Christmas' success is her commitment to continuous growth and improvement. After receiving the golden buzzer on Britain's Got Talent, Sydnie knew that winning was just the beginning. To stay at the top of her game, she sought out the guidance of a vocal coach who would refine her skills even further, Annabelle Williams, a renowned coach who's worked with global superstars like James Arthur, Katy Perry, and Sam Ryder. Annabelle didn't just provide Sydnie with technical guidance. She became an integral part of her artistic development. Together, they meticulously selected Sydnie's final competition piece and worked on enhancing her vocal technique to match her powerful stage presence. The bond between Sydnie and Annabelle went beyond the traditional coach-student relationship. Their collaboration was rooted in trust, respect, and a shared vision for Sydnie's future. Sydnie's decision to invest in vocal coaching highlights her deep dedication to her craft. It wasn't just about securing a win on BGT, it was about continuously pushing herself to reach new heights as an artist. With Annabelle's mentorship, Sydnie gained the skills, confidence, and artistic direction needed to keep evolving as a performer. Sydnie Christmas' journey is not just about her triumphs on stage, it's also about the growth she has experienced offstage. Over the years, Sydnie's social media presence has become a window into her personal evolution. Early Instagram posts showcased a vibrant social life, often filled with pictures of close friendships and celebratory moments with her pals. Captions like "Best Saturday evening with my darling friend" and 20 years of friendship and still going strong reflected her deep appreciation for platonic bonds and the joy she found in maintaining meaningful connections. But as Sydnie's career began to take off, her social media also began to reflect the more intimate and personal side of her life. Her relationship with Massimiliano Rizzo became a natural extension of this growth. The way they supported each other behind the scenes became visible to her fans, offering a more balanced and authentic picture of Sydnie's life. It was clear that while her career was soaring, her personal life was thriving too. Sydnie's journey also mirrors a shift in her priorities. As she matured both personally and professionally, her social media began to reflect her evolving mindset. Her openness to love and meaningful relationships, while maintaining her independent spirit, showcased a young woman who had found a way to balance career success with personal fulfillment. She had discovered the power of self-expression and embraced the beauty of change, both as a performer and as a person. Sydnie Christmas' journey from a small-town girl with big dreams to a global sensation is a testament to the power of perseverance